Imagine that you're stepping into a field with nothing but a ball. No expensive gear, no fancy equipment, no complicated setup, just movement, freedom, and fun. Soccer is the world's most accessible sport, yet a lot of people never give it a chance. As a student athlete who plays soccer almost every day, I have firsthand experience how it has transformed my discipline, confidence, and physical fitness. Let's start with what makes soccer so accessible. You only need a soccer ball to play soccer. You can just play with yourself, or even if you play with others, you don't really need fancy equipment. I'm Mexican and I grew up in Mexico, and I firsthand experienced how even if you like resources, you can still play soccer. Back then, whenever I used to live in Mexico, I remember how the streets were narrow and how the only equipment we have was a soccer ball. So we didn't have actual goals to play soccer. So we use bricks or rocks or hoodies or pieces of trash to play soccer. Also, it doesn't matter how old are you, you can still play soccer. Whenever I go visit my family during the summer break or the winter break in Mexico, I have seen people who are 80 or 70 going against some kid who's like 5. So it's pretty wild. It doesn't matter how old are you, you can still play against people younger or older than you. So it's a pretty cool fact to know. Also, there's over 240 million players throughout the world, meaning that even if you go all the way to a remote island like Cabo Verde, you can still find people playing. And since there's a really strong community sense in soccer, if you ask a random guy who is playing soccer to join, they're most likely going to say yes, because that's just how soccer is. It doesn't matter if you know or you don't know the person, that person is gonna say, sure, you can play with us. And they're just gonna either tell you that you're gonna play with them or against them. Now that you know how easy it is to start playing soccer, I would like to talk about the benefits from playing soccer. So it improves your cardiovascular, basically your heart. It basically makes your heart stronger. It gives you strength and endurance. You're probably asking how and why. Well, soccer is a pretty active sport. You're pretty much always in constant movement. You're walking or chasing an attacker or defending a striker. Also, soccer really takes away stress, confidence, and gives you a lot of focus. You're probably also wondering how and why would it give him that? Well, at first hand I have experienced how soccer has taken away stress. Since I'm a really uh, strong student who takes a lot of advanced classes, sometimes I can feel overwhelmed or stressed. So if I call a friend, hey bro, you want to come and play soccer? He says yes. I start playing for a few minutes and my stress is gone. Also, it has gives you a lot of confidence because, well, if you do something right, like a pass and it end up in a goal, you just feel good with yourself. And it gives you a lot of focus because you're multitasking while you play. You're analyzing whether you have to pass the ball, shoot, or just keep running. Now you can clearly see the benefits from playing soccer. So now let me show you how you can start today. So soccer is a pretty simple sport to learn. Me personally, I have taught about a few people how to play soccer, such as my sister, who she used to play on the soccer team in her middle school. I taught her everything she knows. I also taught my brother how to play soccer, and he played in a club at some point last year or 2 years ago. So pretty much to start playing soccer and to learn some skills and improve as a soccer player, you can just go to Google and search up soccer drills, soccer videos, soccer skills, and you're gonna see all the resources you need. I love pretty cool YouTubers include All Unit Sports and All Attackers, who show you the basic ways of shooting, the multiple ways of passing, multiple dribbles. They show you how player plays. If you want to play a certain position, you can just look up how to play as a striker, how to be a good defender, how to improve as a goalkeeper. There's a lot of resources throughout the internet, throughout all social media. You can find a lot of ways to improve your soccer skills. In conclusion, soccer is very simple, very straightforward. Soccer benefits pretty much anyone who plays it, and soccer can change your life. And it also has changed my life. You don't need money, you don't need no experience or a team. You just need a ball and the willingness to try. Will you give yourself that chance?